member, Bailey Letty, a 2016 graduate of Delsea High School and a proud member of our Crusaders football family. From 2012 to 2015, Bailey entered the offensive line as a starting center, wearing number 61. His leadership and determination helped guide the Crusaders to 4 straight Group 3 championships. Beyond the field, Bailey was a beloved son, friend, and teammate whose impact continues to be felt by all who knew him. Bailey tragically passed away recently in a car accident, leaving behind many friends, teammates, and family members. To honor his memory, this year's team will wear number 61 as a lasting tribute to his legacy. At this time, we ask you to please join us in some of the silence for Delsea football's own Bailey Letty. Thank you. Also, sweatshirt sales memo. He's selling sweatshirts over by the main entrance. All proceeds of the sweatshirt sale go to a sponsor fund rewarding Delsea senior football player upon graduation. We thank the family for their generosity. Okay, so. Today's colors are brought to you by Delsea Regional High School, JROTC. We ask that all those in attendance please rise. Shall not be tolerated, to subject violence to objection, and result in penalty to dissent. 13. Also, there will be no spectator standing along the ground at future level. If blocks will use fans, they stand on all fence at ground level. Also, there is no smoking on school premises, and it should that the stadium must pay for gas.
Can we do a quick intro real quick? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm Zach, Woodstwon Sports, joined with my colleague, Sean Redden, doing the camera. We'll be taking you guys through the Delsea Woodstown Week 2 matchup. And we're getting the camera. We're going to kick off in about 15 seconds. Delsea Woodstown Week 2 action. Ball about to the 5-yard line. Delsea receiving. Nice couple hits there. Takes it down about 26.
Brought down to number 8, Bryson Rudy.
And Delsea takes over for the first offensive possession for either team tonight.
We have our Delsea Knights football cheer teams here tonight. Each Delsea Knights cheer team will join our high school cheer team for each quarter. The first quarter, you can see the ski squad, second quarter, freshman squad.
What's up, Zach? Sean Redden here checking in. Cameras all set up. Delsea received the ball first. Both teams coming off a win in week 1. Delsea shutting out Vineland 35-0, and then Woodstown getting a hard-fought win over Pittman.
Delsea starts off here, 1st and 10. Oh, we already got Wilson. Grab some ball early.
All-star, all Delsea from the penalty.
So Delsea gets pushed back a little bit.
We also have our Delsea Knight football team members here tonight. They will be announced at halftime as well. So we'll get junior teams, freshman teams, sophomore, junior, and senior teams.
Let's try this again. It'll be 1st and 15. So motion to start the play here. Delsea snaps the ball. Up quarterback keeper to the outside here. Get some of those yards back from the flag on the first play.
Yeah, Milo, the quarterback, Milo Gebhardt, had a big game for Delsea last week, not only offensively, but defensively as well. And if you're noticing on the stream, his hand is a little wrapped. He is dealing with a little bit of an injury, but the coaching staff tells us he's tough as nails and is going to play through it.
Yeah, we're talking about a kid that had 2 rushing touchdowns last week, 2 interceptions, and one of them actually was a pick 6 that got called back. So. So Delsea comes here for 2nd down. Nice little run up the middle here. Adrian Shepard on the carry.
Most of the tackle done by number 8, Bryson Rudy.
That sells Delsea up with a 3rd and about 3-ish on the first drive. First offensive possession for both teams.
Third and 3 for Delsea.
So far, Delsea coming out with the traditional 18 look. Haven't shown anything else, and that's what we expect. Snap here. Looks like he falls forward for the first down. Let's move the change for Delsea.
And that will be Delsea touchdown.
Confirmed. Change the move. Set yourself back with the ball starts to begin the game, but end up getting the first down. Staying on track. Now brings the ball out to, looks like the 41-yard line here. And Delsea tries to get over the field.
That was number 2, Chester, on the carry. Only a sophomore. So young guys are going to be asked to step up and play big roles for his Crusader offense this season.
And if you guys watched our stream for the Northern Burlington scrimmage, Chester actually had a long 3-yard run in the scrimmage too. So he's been producing all year up to this point. Delsea with a first down carry. Looks like they're in the game's about 2 to 3 yards.
Adrian Shepard.
Number 1, Adrian Shepard once again.
Now number 69, Mason Smith.
He also had a big game defensively for the Crusaders in that scrimmage against Northern Burlington that we broadcasted.
Yeah, he's a 2-way starter for the Delsea football team. He plays fullback, obviously, in the wing T. One of the most important positions, and on defense, he plays the outlaw super, so outside linebacker, safety type. Also, another key note about Chester is he has a brother on the team as well. Delsea sets up his 2nd down here. It looks like
on the field, picked up by Delsea.
Yeah, I don't think that was by design, Zach.
yeah, it looked like there was a little early movement there, so I was holding my breath a little bit, but it looks like a gain of about just 1. Setting up a 3rd down and a little bit more than 5.
Balls at the Delsea 43-yard line. 3rd and 5 for Delsea.
We'll see if Delsea comes out and shows a pass look here. Obviously, we've seen all runs for the first 5 plays, but set up in another wing look, split receiver out to the left, outside the hashes. Little motion from the wing back, little toss to the outside, and they get the first down, and it's Chester again.
Looked like he was very close to breaking that. Little S from Saquon Barkley last night when he got that big run on the Eagles' first drive of the game. But nonetheless, it was a nice first down pickup for the Crusaders.
And Chester plays that role of really being elusive in the open field, so you'll see a lot of runs from again to the outside, and you'll see also Delsea pound the middle of the field with the quarterback and the fullback.
First down and 10 for Delsea.
Just the traditional Delsea offensive line. You've been watching Delsea football forever. You know what to expect. So we're setting up with first down around the 50-yard line, just at the 59. You can get over midfield here. Takes the snap. Milo keeps. Milo to the outside. Milo's down the sidelines. He's going. Milo, can he get the corner? That is a
Wow.
little review here.
Down at the 1.
Oh, he's just out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And we talked about before, Milo is the playmaker here on both sides of the ball. And he produces about a 47-yard run on the 8th offensive play for Delsea of the game. Setting up Delsea inside the red zone, inside the goal line. I don't know if we're going to see a little Eagles push here by any chance, but you shall see Delsea has a lot of options. The ball is officially at the 2-yard line for Delsea. There's 7:24 on the clock. Delsea setting up position to get a score early in the game, first possession. Wing back all set here, little motion. We got flags on the play. So what has to say?
It's actually on Woodstown for all sides. Encroachment.
Okay, all sides by Woodstown, so I'm moving a little bit closer to the goal line. Now we're looking in the territory of maybe a yard and a half to go. Just around that. And it is still first down for Delsea. 7:24 on the clock. The score is 0-0 with Delsea threatening inside the 2-yard line. First possession. No motion, straight snap, and we see a QB sneak, and it looks like Milo is in the end zone for the first Delsea home touchdown of the football season.
That might have been the first.
Milo Gebhardt a lot.
That might have been the first time I've seen a quarterback sneak go untouched.
Yeah. And maybe that had to do with Woodstown encroachment on the previous play. They were a little hesitant to get off the ball. That's a good play call from the Delsea offensive side, and punches a touchdown on the board. 7:21 on the clock, and Delsea is looking to an extra point. Also, kicker Logan Cordero last week was 5 for 5 on extra points, and he increases that number to 100% accuracy, 6 for 6 on extra points this season.
Yeah, that's big for Delsea this year. I actually feel like going back to even when I was in high school, we had pretty strong kickers, going like Frank Frazier-Mill, buddy of mine, Bronson Deckard as well, was also a reliable kicker. Kicked at Monmouth for a season. But I feel like for the most part, Delsea's kind of been hit and miss when it comes to being able to kick extra points. I mean, I feel like as a young kid growing up, because my brother played for the program as well, it was just go for 2. Like, what do you don't need a kicker?
Especially with their type of offense too. They had the wing tee, but they also had a little variation on the triple option that they can mix in as well, so they can give you all different types of looks, run inside and outside. So they just kind of keep you on your toes. But when you got a kicker that's that accurate, I mean, you got to use them.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start for the Crusaders. Just what we've known to expect from Delsea with ground and pound offense, able to just run it right down this Wolverine defense and find the end zone here. Let's see if the defense can match that energy.
We have the kickoff. Little pooch kick down to the 30-yard line. Oh, nice hit on the play. And he stopped right in his tracks. He only gained about 2 yards on the play. And the kick coverage for Delsea was on point there.
Yeah, that was a nice little pooch kick. Delsea was able to get down the field in a hurry and limit that return. And like Zach just said, deliver a big hit on the kickoff. Now Woodstown will have their first offensive possession of the night. 7:18 to go in the first quarter. Crusaders up 7-0.
So Woodstown sets up at their own 30-yard line. Little shotgun look to begin the game. Little motion receiver. He drops back to pass. Right over the middle of the field. We see a stick, but the ball is caught. And that's a first down for Woodstown. That's a really good catch in the middle of the field.
I'll tell you what, I didn't know what to expect that as Wolverine offense, but that was a nice drop back from the quarterback and fired a strike across the middle. And then, like Zach just said, kudos to that receiver on holding on because the Delsea safety came up and laid a big hit on him.
I believe that was Milo that laid the hit too. So he's on both sides of the ball flashing already. But like we said, if you know about high school football, the hashes are a little bit closer. So throwing the ball over the middle of the field like that and completing a pass in the first play is impressive. So Woodstown sets up at their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Drop back to pass. So play action look. Out of the flat. He gets a receiver out of the backfield, and he's right around another first down. So Woodstown starts with 2 passes that gain. This one gains about 9 yards and sets them up with a 2nd and short on their second offensive play. Pretty good pace from the Woodstown offense so far.
Yeah, we weren't able to get our hands on a Woodstown roster pregame, so I feel bad not being able to shout out the way number 12 looks, the quarterback. First throw was a strike right across the middle, and that one was a rollout off his back foot, perfectly floated pass down the sideline to set up Woodstown here in 2nd and short.
Looked like a little all-set eye action, so they started off with shotgun and then went all-set eye. So it looks like they have some variations for the offense as well. But we're back in shotgun set here at the 46-yard line of Delsea over midfield with secondary and a pistol look now. Snap. First run of the game for Woodstown. Nice little TFL from Delsea. That might actually push the ball back onto Woodstown side of the ball. See where the officials mark that. Over progress.
Yeah, it looks like they're spotting them at the 48-yard line, so it'll be about 3rd and 3 coming up here for Woodstown.
But it was a TFL, a loss of 2 there, setting Delsea up with a more manageable defensive situation. But we'll see when Woodstown comes out. You've seen some balance so far. 3 total plays, 2 passes, and 1 run.
Yeah, maybe the pass kind of surprised Delsea a little bit in the beginning because they seemed ready for that run.
Like I said, variation. They started tight shotgun set, but they motioned out. Dropping back to pass once again, number 12. He's screaming out of the pocket. He finds a receiver down the sidelines on a little hitch route, and he gains a healthy gain down to the 30-yard line of Delsea. A gain of about 16, 17 yards.
I'll tell you what, I've been very impressed thus far from this Woodstown quarterback. Obviously, 3 for 3 passes so far, and all 3 were very good on-target passes. And he honestly had a bunch of room in front of him to run for the first down, but was able to keep his eyes downfield and find the open man for a bigger game.
That's one of the toughest things to deal with as a defender is the scramble drill, making sure that you stay on point in your coverages because, as you can see, the ball can be floated over your head. Woodstown with a 1st and 10, just before the 30-yard line, a little shotgun run by the quarterback, QB draw. Looks like a decent gain of about 5 yards there on first down, setting up a 2nd and 5. Woodstown offense. Looks like Woodstown's really been talking about the variation of the offense from Woodstown. Pretty balanced attack so far, and they moved the ball down the field. Setting up for a 2nd and 5 here for the Woodstown offense. Like a shotgun look. Looks like a little empty variation on motion set to the left. Jet sweep to the back that was in motion. A great play. We actually talked about this in the scrimmage, how good the Delsea quarterbacks were at coming up and filling up in the run game. And we saw it once again flash on tape there, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Delsea has seemed to be very ready and able to stop the run so far tonight. But this pass has been a different story. Remains to be seen if the defense can make some adjustments here and shut down this aerial attack from the Wolverines.
So now we will see Woodstown in a third down situation just outside of the red zone. Another shotgun look to start here. This is a trip set from receivers or passing some knowledge off. Receiver going on to the right. Not on line scrimmage, set back a little bit. Seems like motion could come here to the right side. H-back motion. Tight end set to the right. Another motion out here. We got a little inside zone. Quarterback heat. And he is stopped. Great play. Great play from the Delsea defense here. If any team's going to know how to read the mesh of a quarterback or running back, I would assume it would be Delsea. Woodstown still on the field for fourth down here.
Yeah, they must not have a kicker like Delsea that they trust. But also with the way they've been throwing the ball, this might look like a 4th and short if you're them.
Woodstown's offense has been able to keep pace and move down the field. So, into the first possession, let's see if they can turn this into some points here.
Oh, we got a false start on the edge there.
This could change things for the Woodstown side here. We have a false start on the Woodstown side. We'll see if Woodstown keeps our offense on the field. Seems like nothing has changed here. They'll look at the sidelines for the ball, and they're going to stay out there.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going to drop back and pass it with the efficiency that they've been passing it so far, 4th and 11, 4th and 6, what's the difference?
Yeah, you don't want to do what the Washington Commanders did in the NFC Championship, run 18 plays in the first drive, go for it on 4th down, then kick a field goal, then have Saquon take the first carry, break 4 tackles, and go to the crib, you know, so keep the offense out here.
I feel like that pass might have been drawn up for number 2. Maybe that's why he got a little jumpy early. Let's see if they go back to it.
4th and 11 here. Number 12 dropping back in the pocket. He finds the receiver. Oh, nice catch. Oh, big hit at the end as well. Right around the sticks. We might have to see the chain crew for the first time tonight. We're actually moving forward, and that will be a first down for the Woodstown offense.
That was Zach again. I feel like I'm just going to keep hitting the nail on the head and how impressed I am with this Woodstown quarterback. Delsea actually was really tight in coverage there. I thought they were actually going to intercept it, but they were a step behind, and it's another big gain for Woodstown as they're looking at 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
Both teams able to achieve red zone looks on their first offensive possession. We'll see if Woodstown can cash in and possibly tie the game. 1:30 on the clock. Time running down in the first quarter, and Woodstown has their first red zone opportunity of the game. And an empty shotgun look, a motion receiver out, and a motion all game. Quad set to the left. He finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Nice pass up the seam. It just was not complete, but this Woodstown quarterback puts the ball where it needs to be.
Yeah, he had the pass rush closing in on him. Had to rush it a little bit, so it sailed. But 22, the wide receiver, was open on the play. I would expect Woodstown to keep going back to the pass here. The run just hasn't been working.
With the incomplete pass that actually stops the clock, there's 1:15 left on the clock. Delsea up 7-0. 2nd and 10 for the Woodstown offense. That's 1-yard. Another shotgun set here. Trips variation with H-back, looking like it might go in motion here. He's saying, but okay, we have another flag on the play.
Now, timeout, Delsea.
The officials are getting involved early.
Our 2025 Delsea High School varsity cheerleaders. Starting with our freshman, Peyton 6. I Scrabboard, Audrey Godow. Sophomore, Gabby Gump.
We'll pan over here a little bit as the in-stadium announcer is showing some love to the Delsea cheerleading squad.
Good little shout out to the Delsea cheerleading crew right there.
Senior,
Great atmosphere at John Stadium right now for the first Delsea season. You guys were able to see a lot of pictures here. You can see a little bit on the stream. There's a lot of people here. It doesn't look like there's a bleacher spot that is open. We have people standing on the railing side, and like I said, the bleachers are here.
Second and 10 for Woodstown and Delsea, 19-yard
So
line.
we have action resuming here. Woodstown, 2nd and 10. Right outside the red zone. Pistol look here. A lot of motion. We're going to a full house pistol look here. Snap. Running back gets it. Finds the hole. And he is stuffed. And he's gang tackled by a bunch of Delsea defenders. And Woodstown had one good run on this drive so far, but pretty much anytime they've tried to run inside the 3 or 4 times they've done it, the Delsea defensive line has shown up and done their part. Setting up a 3rd and 10 for the Woodstown offense. Still just outside.
Oh wow, false start on Woodstown. I'm not even sure if that play got off, Zach. So it might be.
Yes. So they moved it to an illegal formation set here. I was actually going to mention that, Sean, is with all the motions that Woodstown offense does, that's why you see the officials getting involved.
Yeah, it's tough to run. A lot of motions or complicated schemes with a high school offense.
But honestly, Sean, if I trust one guy to do it on the field right now, number 12 for Woodstown seems very capable of running this offense.
Absolutely, guys. Looked incredible so far tonight. They definitely have to try to establish a little more balance, though, but the passing attack is working for them so far.
So with the illegal formation, that actually resets the down to 2nd down, just a little bit further back, 2nd and 15, at around the 25-yard line for Woodstown. Another pistol look. The snap, little fake,
Oh,
little
wow.
flat pass, little rollout. So again, gets that flag yards back. Setting up with a more manageable 3rd down than they just in.
Now, I know that was just a quick, short completion, but the quarterback turned around, immediately saw the Connecticut commit Luke Van Alken in his face, who is massive, by the way, and floated it out perfectly over him. So while that is just a little bit of a gain for Woodstown, that was still pretty impressive out of the quarterback to make that throw. I don't even know if he could see the receiver.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough situation when you got a D1 recruit breathing down your neck, 6'4". It's tough to get the ball over. That was a really good pass, even though it didn't gain too much. But that actually wraps it up in the first quarter. And the score, Delsea 7, Woodstown 0. Woodstown still threatening inside the red zone to start the second quarter.
Yeah, that was a really quick quarter out of these two teams. One possession each, basically, as Woodstown still has the ball on their opening possession here. Remains to be seen if some points will come from it. And I'm going to go ahead and flip this camera around as we're going to flip sides, obviously, with the second quarter starting.
And while we have the moment to, we'll review last week. Delsea on the opener at Highland with a 35-0 victory, a shutout. So in the first 5 quarters of the season for Delsea, they have allowed 0 points to start the season.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better start than that, Zach. And then also put 42 points on the board. Outscoring your opponents 42-0 so far. It's been a hot start for the Crusaders.
So we flip sides here. Get into the nice camera angle here. And we have Woodstown in a strip set. Shotgun, 3rd down. Roll out. He's throwing deep to the end zone. Trying to see the official just out of bounds.
He had a good look. Delsea's corner looked like he might have jumped a little early, so the receiver had a good shot at it. Just couldn't come up with it. A lot going on there, too, on the edge of the field, trying to keep his feet in while also coming up with that catch.
Looked like it could have been a cover 2 coverage to that side of the field specific. The safety had to come over there and make sure that corner route was taken care of. It was still a good throw, but that's just a tough catch to make. But Woodstown definitely put themselves in a position to convert that, but now it will be 4th and 10 at the 19-yard line, 11:53 on the clock. Woodstown trying to punch the ball in on their first offensive possession.
I mean, after this drive Woodstown's had, if they were to come up with nothing here on this drive, that would have to feel like a gut punch to start this game off.
Shotgun set with the running back going to the strip side, drop back, sling over the middle, but we have a flag as he breaks the tackle and is tackled at the 10-yard line. See what the officials have to say here. What is our spot?
And it-
will be going against Woodstown. Holding on the Woodstown side.
It'll be through, down, first down, Delsea.
So even with the completed pass, Woodstown did not get the amount of yards needed to gain. And Delsea will take over, getting a stop on the first defensive possession.
Yeah, Delsea went ahead and declined that penalty. That's if you're Woodstown there, that's gotta hurt. I mean, you put together such a time-consuming drive. To come away with 0 there, is even worse than just having like a 3 and out because you drove down the field and then you have nothing to show for it. Seems to be a little confusion here on the Delsea huddle. Confusion all around.
As we turn possessions over. Referee meeting with head coach Jason Bolton, discussing something.
Yeah, Zach, it looks like the Woodstown Wolverine offense is coming back onto the field. A little bit of a confusion there. So the receiver did enough to get the line to gain. So Delsea went ahead and accepted the penalty, pushing the Woodstown offense back.
So with the accepted penalty, now the Woodstown offense is facing a 4th and 20. But they can get a first down if they get to the 9-yard line of Delsea. Shotgun set here. 2 receivers to either side. Running back to the right of the quarterback. And a little tighter set here to the spot inside the hash. And the pushers are getting the ball again. Timeout. Timeout. Woodstown. Do what they need to do here. Just 20 yards.
Not many plays in the playbook, Zach, that you draw up to gain a 4th and 20.
They've shown a ton of different passing looks so far. So we really don't know where what's coming up and what's going to attack on the field. We've seen them hit intermediate, deeper routes, and just flats with PA rollouts as well. So Woodstown has a lot to work with in the passing game.
Yeah, while they've had success in the passing game, it's been a lot of quick hitters, 10-yard shots, and then just a couple of screen plays as well. So 4th and 20 is going to be a different type of challenge for this quarterback and this Woodstown offense.
Delsea running their traditional 3-3 stack defense. Nose tackle lined up on the center, sometimes shady. And Woodstown will be going for it again. After the timeout. 20. Running back to both sides. He's back in the pocket. Delsea's got some pressure, and the pressure gets to the Woodstown offense. Incomplete pass, and Delsea will take over.
Delsea's been close with their pass rush so far tonight. First time and probably the most important time so far of the game, they finally get home and are able to get to the quarterback. Weren't able to get him for a sack, but forced him to just throw the ball into the ground.
So Delsea will now take over for their second possession of the game on offense. 11-16 still left in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line.
First down and 10 for Delsea from the road, 29-yard line.
Delsea winning to look as expected. Motion back to the right. We'll run up the middle. Solid game here. Almost getting a touchdown. That will be a first down.
And after the Delsea first down.
The chain through is moving forward, and Delsea keeping pace with a first down of the first play of their second offensive possession.
Yeah, Delsea, after giving up so many plays on that last drive from Woodstown, but holding them off the scoreboard, if Delsea's able to go down and have another drive where they find the end zone, I hate to say it this early, but that could be the type of situation that breaks this Woodstown team.
Number 2, Chester on the carry. He's down the sidelines. Touchdown, Delsea Crusaders. Oh, that is Milo. I ain't got even figured out that. Down the sidelines. Number 2 active. Milo in for another rushing touchdown. That makes it number 3 on the season.
And we saw Milo rip off a huge run in Delsea's first possession, just short of the end zone here. This time he finds the end zone. And I mean, Zach, after just getting basically the entire field driven on you from this Delsea's defense, to stop them without scoring and then turning it into points yourself in 2 plays, that's a huge momentum swing for this Crusaders team as they lead 13-0 here early in the second quarter. Zach's favorite player on the team, the kicker, remains perfect on the season now, 7 for 7 in extra points.
Yes, sir. Logan Cordero, 7 for 7 now on PATs. 10:35 left in the second quarter, and Delsea has a 14-0 lead. We talked about the variety of the looks that Woodstown's offense can give. I was faked out on what Delsea just did on that play.
Zach, there was a time where I believe it was my sophomore year of high school. One of the assistant coaches now, Austin Medley, who was part of the Delsea team that I was on that broke the South Jersey scoring record back in 2010. I believe that record has since been broken, but Austin was like our workhorse. He was the guy who was the defense always worried about week in and week out. And our quarterback, Chris Jackson, I still to this day, he's a magician with his fakes.
Oh, for sure. And they also had McPherson as one of the wing backs as well.
But we played Absegami for our homecoming game, and Jackson faked it to Austin up the middle, and like the whole entire defense tackled Austin, but he never had the ball. And our quarterback, Chris Jackson, was actually standing in the end zone, like doing jumping jacks, because the refs blew the play dead. And then actually didn't give us a touchdown because they said the defense reacted to the whistle. So we didn't get the touchdown on it. But that's how crisp that Delsea offense was back then.
Well, deception with the Delsea offense. So
don't feel bad that you got fooled by the runner.
I've been watching this offense forever, and it still gets me to this day. Like Delsea kicks off to Woodstown, kick to about the 20-yard line. And solid gain, 10 yards to about the 30. And Woodstown will take over for their second offensive possession of the game.
It's going to be interesting to see. I know Delsea didn't give up points on Woodstown's first possession, but Woodstown was able to move the ball very efficiently through the air for a majority of that until the end, until they ran out of room to throw the ball, really. So it's going to be interesting to see how Delsea's defense responds and adjusts here to try to limit that passing offense. The run, they don't got to worry about.
Exactly. And we'll see if Woodstown changes their approach a little bit, maybe tries to play a little bit of field position, and if they get down in the Delsea red zone again, we'll see how they operate. Woodstown taking over at about their 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Pistol look here. Run up the middle, broken tackle. Solid game on 1st down.
Yeah, that might have been Woodstown's biggest run of the night. Looked like he actually had a little more room to operate as well, but it was a nice shoestring tackle out of the Delsea defense.
And Delsea's defense is holding up so far.
Yeah, that was Charles Mapp, number 52, the linebacker on the tackle. If you are here, well, obviously, if you're watching the stream, you're not here. But if you were here at the stadium, you'd be hearing his name an awful lot over the loudspeaker.
Woodstown setting up for a second down look here, just before their 35-yard line. Back under center for this look. Little traditional pro eye. Tight set. Handoff to the right side. And he's got a gain. He's got wrapped up, but he gains about almost 20 yards on the carry. Right to midfield.
Yeah, if I could give him any advice, it would be to try to get a smaller jersey because he might have housed that if the Delsea defender was not able to just grab onto the back of that.
Oh, I agree, Sean. And
did you see that? Did you watch the Georgia Tech Colorado game the other night or the other week? The punt returner, how they put the extra jersey on because they can't share numbers, and he literally couldn't tuck it into his pants.
A lot of those college guys have 100+ guys on the roster, so they got to change numbers. A lot of the people are wearing a jersey, put another one on for special teams, and then take it off. So
Delsea has a guy down here looks to be cramping. If my eyes are not playing tricks on me, it appears to be number 32, who is a starting corner, Donovan Hart. Looks like it's just a cramp. One of the best trainers in the state, if not the best trainer in the state, Kevin Browse, KB, absolute legend, is out there stretching him out. I'm sure they'll go ahead and get him some Pedialyte at halftime, and he'll be good to go.
It's always tough, too. Also, nice fall September night here, but it is also still over 80 degrees.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's a nice fall night yet.
A little humid, for sure. Definitely in the press box as well, but everybody's dealing with it on the field. But that first game, the first couple games of the season, hydration levels for the output, depending on what you did in camp, scrimmages-wise, they weren't going full force like this. So. But Woodstown coming back with a first down look, trip set, motion to the backfield, another wing arrow motion. Quarterback keeper.
Ooh, late flag on the play, too, out from behind.
Flag. We'll see what the officials have to say here. Before the flag becomes official, Woodstown's offense did make it over into Delsea territory, but they will be pushed back. It will be on the Woodstown offense.
Yeah, that was a pretty late flag as well, thrown in from the back judge. You got to think it almost probably wasn't necessary out of the Woodstown offense. Sometimes, you just get a little overzealous and can't really help yourself.
That pushes Woodstown back to their own 40-yard line. Taking over first down, first and 20. So we've seen this Woodstown offense put themselves behind the chains a couple times to start drives here. Two receivers split all the way out past the hashes. Little run to the running back. Left side. He's got to crease it to the left side. He gets a lot of that yardage back. We have a little spillage on the sidelines. That play actually ended on the track. But that's a healthy game for the Woodstown offense. Set them up just before Delsea territory, right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, he went ahead and finished that run onto the track and into the Delsea Water Girls.
So we shot out the cheerleading crew earlier. They're laying some hits now, too. But Woodstown right at the 50-yard line. We've seen the Woodstown offense so far have first down penalties, but also gain that yardage back to be above the chains for second down. So.
And we mentioned earlier in the game how impressed we were from the Delsea corners, how they maintain the edge and force the running plays back inside. Zach, if you notice, Donovan Hart, the player who went out with cramping earlier, was not in on that play as the starting corner, and his backup did not contain the edge, and that was able to give Woodstown a rare big play in the running game. But he is back out there now. I see him.
And that play ends in a sack, a pistol look, and you probably could see number 11 out there, Luke Van Alken, making a huge play. UConn commit.
Also
6-yard loss, setting them back. Resets Woodstown to their own 34-yard line. Woodstown setting up for a third down at their own 44. Just under 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Another shotgun look. Three receivers to the right side. Drops back to pass. Throws the ball over the middle.
Ooh.
And it is incomplete.
It looked like it was tipped midway before it got to the intended receiver, number 2 for Woodstown. Number 6 for Delsea did have a chance at the interception there, but the ball was deflected out of his way.
And that stops the clock at 7:43 in the second quarter. And Woodstown is bringing out their special teams unit for the first punt of the night from either side.
Yeah, we talked to Delsea special teams coach before the game, and he was saying that while he enjoys his punt unit being out there, he understands that is not something they want to do consistently.
A decent pressure there from the Delsea special team, but the ball rolls down to the 10-yard line. That's an extremely good punt for Woodstown, which flips the field. We just talked about with how their first drive ended. If they were going to play the field position game, it looks like they just did there and executed perfectly. That ball is marked at the 11-yard line for Delsea. We're going to take over for the third offensive possession of the game.
And plenty of time to work here for the Crusaders offense. 7:33 to go in the first half, which is big for a Crusader offense, like we talked about. Doesn't like to throw the ball around, so you're going to need time to go this far on the ground unless Gino breaks off another huge one. But so they do have plenty of time here to work and maybe take a 3-score lead into the break.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Sean, where if you're Delsea, do you open up the offense a little bit and actually show a fancy look? We'll see the back up a little bit, don't want to get a sack and you're inside of the 5-yard line. We'll see how Delsea operates here. 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line. We have a wing back in motion. And a nice gain there. Number 22, Milo from the keeper.
Number 3,
That looks like a 10-yard gain here.
Yeah, they're moving the chains, Zach. It's going to be a Crusaders first down.
Delsea has done a very good job of keeping pace of their offense. Usually in this type of offense, you're going to get 3 yards each play, setting yourself up with a magical 4th down if it comes down to it. But Delsea has really not put themselves behind the chains at all, like we've seen the Woodstown do.
Yeah, I feel like there honestly hasn't even been many first downs that this third downs that this Crusaders offense has faced tonight. It's been a lot of second and short, or just picking it up on first down in general.
Delsea, 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. The traditional wing team look, another motion wing back.
There goes Chester.
Like Milo kept it, but the wing back actually has it. He's going down the sidelines again, and that is going to go into Woodstown territory. Out of bounds at the Woodstown 40-yard line. Another huge chunk gain from a wing back in the Delsea offense.
Yeah, that was Chester with his second pretty big run in this first half here. The way the quarterback's been running it, seems Woodstown is keying on him, which allowed Chester to break free there and have a lot of running room.
Chester only being a sophomore is pretty impressive, but he's been able to show.
Kid can move. He can fly.
Delsea back.
Milo himself is only a junior, the quarterback. So this Delsea attack, at least your key player so far tonight, going to be back for another season.
Also, they obviously lean on some key seniors to set the foundation for their team, but there is a lot of young guys on the Delsea side who are making a huge impact for them so far this season. We have a timeout on the field, 6:16 left in the second quarter. Delsea, 1st and 10 at the 40, as they leap on the field to discuss how to operate here.
Yeah, like we mentioned when the drive started, plenty of time here for this Delsea offense. It was a drive that started inside their own 15, and now they're already out across the 50-yard line into Woodstown territory with a little less than a minute.
So as you can see, we're panning. We have a timeout on the field, but you want to see what the bleachers look like here. We have a packed house at John Olbert Stadium for the first Delsea home game. Still people filing in the second quarter. People finding their seats if there is still any available. If you're getting any text updates for the game and aren't with us right now, I will probably be running to John Olbert Stadium to see what the Delsea offense, if they can remain 100% on touchdowns as many drives they had. Third possession, looking for their third score of the night. Delsea, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Hand off to the running back, who has another chunk gain. He cuts it. Oh, he is going to go into, tripped up at the 5-yard line.
And that's another Delsea first down.
So we have another sophomore, Nasir Hart, with a long 35-yard carry. We actually have a Woodstown player down on the field, right where the tackle was made. Delsea is getting chunk yards for their quarterback, their wing backs, and you know how they like to utilize their fullback in this offense as well. We haven't even really seen what they can do with the fullback, which is very impressive for their offensive producer like this. We have another timeout on the field for the injury.
And, this is our first game, Zach. So I apologize to the viewers at home if twice now I had a slow reaction getting that camera upfield because I'm just getting caught up in watching, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I got to move the camera. Almost Chris.
Woodstown's
Chris there,
offense
too.
looks good so far, too. Their defense just needs to be a little bit more disciplined, but it's tough when you're getting all these different mesh looks. That's why I referenced when Woodstown had the ball. If any team's going to be able to read the mesh on the defensive side of the ball, it should be Delsea.
Absolutely. They're doing a good job stopping this Woodstown ground game. And then in the second drive, did a great job stopping the Woodstown pass as well. I mean, one missed throw there from the Woodstown quarterback, but they're getting better at getting pressure in that second drive and then forcing the quarterback into quick throws.
If my eyes are correct, it looks like number 3 for Woodstown is walking off without his helmet. Hopefully everything is okay. That is confirmed to number 3 on the Woodstown side.
Yes. It's nicer out there. Oh, you get that wire extended.
Both teams taking the field again, and we will resume action. Delsea at the 5-yard line. Actually, it looks like they spotted at the 8, so he was tripped up there. Obviously, high school rules, 1 knee, you're down. It's not like the NFL where if you're not touching, you get back up. Or obviously college rules, so we'll spot the ball at the 8-yard line. And we have another stoppage and play here on the Woodstown side. So with 5:59 left in the second quarter, Woodstown actually turns for the last time out. All of the half. I would probably honestly want to talk this one over too, Sean, because you don't want to put yourself down 3 possessions to start this game without your offense. Our offense looked good, obviously, on the first drive for Woodstown, but without being able to come away with points on the board, if you go down even 17-0 here, 3 possessions, it's going to be a tough ask for any team to come back.
Absolutely. At the very least, you want to try to hold them to a field goal try if you're the Woodstown defense here, 21-0. And the way your defense has played so far tonight kind of would seem like an insurmountable lead if you're on the Wolverine side of things. So a field goal, maybe plenty of time to come back here, especially if you're able to throw the ball effectively, how they've been. We could get ourselves into a ball game here, but Delsea is looking to go ahead and put an early statement and punch this one into the end zone here.
And where Delsea's at on the field right now, this is where we can actually see them finally implement their fullback. It's crazy to say that Delsea has yet to implement their fullback in a significant way, but you can see it here as they look to punch the ball.
Yeah, Shepard had a big run on the first drive, and then honestly, it's just been a lot of room outside for their offense. But again, maybe that's part of the game plan, as Shepard has been one of their main guys.
And wing back look, and that is going to be another Delsea touchdown, paving the way. Right side and left side on the outside of hashes seems like where Delsea's offense is making their bread and butter tonight.
And we talked about it after their first score. I mean, Delsea has yet to allow a single point so far, and we're getting inching closer here to halftime. Now outscoring opponents 55-0 on the season. What a start for Coach Volpe in year 2 under leading this Crusaders team.
So with 5:53 left on the clock, Delsea looks to make it a 21-0 game. Logan Cordero, number 24, makes it 8 for 8 on the season. Punches it in. We might be talking about the most accurate extra point kicker in all of New Jersey high school football right now. I'd have to look at the stats, but 100%, you can't beat that, literally.
Yeah, he's perfect right now. So 5:53 left here in the first half. Delsea up 21-0. Woodstown, like we said, has had some success throwing the ball through the air. So that is an offense that could strike quickly here before the half and get themselves back into this ball game. Remains to be seen, though, Zach.
If you would like to have any element to your team on the Woodstown side, I would feel confident. Not in the position that I am right now, but the quarterback, number 12, being able to make something happen. Because he has really shown what he's able to do. It's just tough when he puts himself consistently behind the chains to begin drives.
Yeah, penalties and sacks have really hurt this Woodstown offense.
So as we kick off here, 21-0 Delsea, 5:53 left on the clock. Good question. Kicking off on their own 3-yard line. As they kick off, instead of bouncing, kicked. Another push kick to the second level. We have a fair catch here.
Smart. Don't let any time come off the clock, really. If you're that Woodstown offense, leave yourself all the time to work with and try to get downfield in a hurry through the air.
See where the official line is set here. It looks like Woodstown will take over at their own.
You're right.
Looks like the
27-yard.
Yeah. All right. Officially 5:48 to go as the Wolverines get the ball back.
We'll see how aggressive this Woodstown offense wants to be in the position that they're in, down 3 possessions. They still have some time to make something happen. As Woodstown is set for their first down play from their own 27. Nice little run that goes nowhere.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you, Zach. I don't really understand the play call here. You're down 21 points. You've been only having success really through the air. Running the ball there against this Delsea defense that has shown the ability to stuff it so far doesn't make a lot of sense to me there.
Delsea's defensive line has definitely shown up. Their corners are aggressive in run support as well. I would try to possibly, see if I can get a jump yard in the middle of the field and hit the seams. That's just my suggestion. Woodstown, 2nd and 12 from their own 25. Under center, pro I-Law.
And these Delsea corners are playing way off here.
Another run to the outside here. And he is taken down. Not a big gain on the play, just back to the original line of scrimmage from the first down play.
And it was Charles Mapp again.
3rd and 10 from the 27-yard line of Woodstown.
And it was Charles Mapp again on the tackle for Delsea. He's absolutely been outstanding so far. I think easily the defensive MVP for the Crusaders side of things.
Two-way starter, Charles Mapp, right tackle on offense, staying back on defense. And he's been making his presence known so far tonight. 4:20 left on the clock. Now 3rd and 10 from the 27-yard line for the Wolverines.
And like we said, I thought it was coming on the last play and the play before that. So now we're getting about to be under 4 minutes by the time this ball is snapped here for Woodstown.
Pistol grip stuck here from the Woodstown offense. Another motion slot.
And it is a pass. Oh,
pass that is incomplete. We'll stop the clock. 3:54. We'll see what Woodstown will do here. Down 3 possessions, but 4th and 10 from your own 27-yard line. Seems like you're going to be pulling out the special teams. Looks like they are going onto the field. And we will be getting a punt. 2nd punt of the night.
Yeah. Right up on the scoreboard. Like small.
So punt is almost blocked again. Another good punt from the Woodstown side into Delsea territory. The ball's trickling down. Looks like the 37-yard line.
So Delsea will take over with 3:43 left on the clock here in the first half. Already up 21-0. They do have 2 timeouts to work with here. I think this is where
36-yard punt roughly off the top of my head. That actually is a decent punt for where Woodstown offense was at, setting up their defense with potential to make a stop here and make something happen for the offense, get the ball back.
Be interesting to see if we see Delsea's first pass of the game. With short time here and a half.
37-yard line at the 38. as Delsea takes over, looking to be 4 for 4 on scoring opportunities as many drives. Let's see what Delsea comes out here in. Staying true to their offense, another wing team up. Receivers to both sides. Chester in motion again. Will Gibbs the fullback. Doesn't gain too much here.
And now number 1, Adrian Shepard.
Adrian Shepard, another two-way starter for the Delsea Crusaders, number 1. Junior. Fullback on offense. Linebacker, safeties, outlaw, splitter type on defense. 3-3 stack. Defensive look. Delsea runs. Clock goes to about 3 minutes left in the first half, and Delsea's up 21-0. 2nd and 8 from those 40-yard lines. Another wing tee look. Same set they were just in. A little quick pass off the seam. Looks like a little seal pass for the running back, wing back. Out the game there.
And there's a flag. I think it's going to be a late flag on Charles Mapp from Delsea for unsportsmanlike conduct here or unnecessary roughness.
Where's the flag on the field?
Just waiting to see what the official call is here.
We're walking backwards.
So this will be going against Delsea.
Oh, offsetting penalties.
Okay.
Unsportsmanlike against Delsea is being assessed.
There's personal fouls against both teams. But then there's also unsportsmanlike conduct against Delsea.
I need that number again.
Yeah, Charles Mapp.
So we have an interesting situation here. We have all setting fouls, but Delsea is being assessed on unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, that was pretty late after the pass was thrown back here behind the line of scrimmage, closer to the Delsea sideline. Looked like Charles Mapp, who's been standout on the defensive side of the ball for Delsea, got tangled up with the Woodstown player, and it escalated, and the referees called it. So Delsea, while still not in terrible position here, to go ahead and try to put points on the board. It does negate that big, nice pass play that they just had. I'm really confused.
Going back 15 from end to run. It'll be 1st to the 10 in Delsea.
Okay.
So I will be all setting penalties here. Delsea will get back to a 1st and 10 situation. Will be moved back from where that play
Because the police didn't give Delsea a first down, but the unsportsmanlike conduct got the ball back 15 yards for Delsea, 48 yards.
Delsea will have a 1st and 10 situation just in front of the Woodstown side ball, 48-yard line. And they snap the ball, number good to Chester.
And it's another flag.
So we have
And the
two
referees-
flags on this play.
That second one for sure is going to be a horse collar on Woodstown. And I'm assuming the first one is a hold on the Crusaders.
Carried by Nasir Hart, number 6. Let's see. Back-to-back plays with penalties from either side.
First penalty is holding against Delsea. Second penalty is the horse collar penalty against Woodstown. Those are offsetting penalties. Replay first down.
So yet again, Delsea will have a 1st and 10.
At the 48-yard line.
Yeah.
On their own side. So
But now-
on the Delsea side and a horse collar at the end of the play on the Woodstown side.
The only difference is now there's only 2:44 on the clock for the Crusaders to work with. About 52 yards to go here in just under 3 minutes.
Delsea is still working with some timeouts in their back pocket here, so they can stay on schedule and continue to run the ball. Clock is running. About 2:30 left.
First and 10.
Delsea takes it over 1st and 10 from their own 48 yards. We're going to make a motion from the wing back here. Oh, and we have an
And that is an
interception.
Oh, he fumbles.
Woodstown comes away with an interception. So we have an interception, a flag, and a fumble over play. Let's see.
I'll tell you.
Pretty quickly, too.
I'll tell
I
you
was
what.
like how we just talked about Luke. I mean, it's hard to cover number 11 from the Delsea side, and Woodstown was able to do it. It looked like Milo tried to do the same thing there, and the ball was just intercepted.
Yeah, so the penalty was on the Crusaders, declined by Woodstown, and now they will take over possession here with a chance to score with just over 2 minutes to go here in the first half, 21-0 Delsea. Now, Zach, I mean, these last 30 seconds that's transpired in this game, if you watch the Eagles-Cowboys game, between the first 30 seconds of that game and the last 30 seconds of this one, you're in for a real treat.
For sure. There's a lot of action going on now, but Woodstown's actually going to take over in a very favorable situation here.
Yeah, it looks like the ball
over on the 32-yard line of Delsea, 1st and 10, with just over 2 minutes left in the first half. It did get down to the 20-yard line on the first possession, but weren't able to improve on that spot.
Also worth noting, Woodstown is out of timeouts. So they're going to try to maybe work the sidelines.
Another pistol look. Run up the middle. Couple broken tackles.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I keep saying it, Zach. I'm not understanding the running, especially short time, no timeouts, and you've already shown on your first possession you don't really trust your kicker as you went for it on 4th and 20 instead of trying about a 30-yard field goal.
Honestly, here, if I'm the Woodstown side, I think they have enough time to be able to run their traditional offense. I wouldn't want to be given the ball back to Delsea in any variety here, so I want to earn as much clock and hopefully end up in the end zone here. Another pistol ball for the Woodstown offense, 2nd and 7 from 29. No play action.
Oh, ball is in the air. And there's a late flag again. We have to see what this is on. Oh.
Looks like an illegal man downfield.
Ineligible receiver downfield, ball against Woodstown.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Of course, the Woodstown back.
Yeah, that's really been their bugaboo, Zach, is every time they've gotten down into Delsea territory, they've just continuously shot themselves in the foot. And kills any momentum that they got going.
Let's see what Woodstown's offense is able to do here. Being put back a little bit here, just under 130 left in the first half, about 126 on the clock. 3rd and 7. For Delsea, 29-yard line. Let's see what kind of look Woodstown comes out in. But one thing I am impressed in, especially high school football, we're running a lot of shotgun and pistol sets, and the center is on point with those snaps.
Yeah, that is an underrated aspect of trying to run this type of offense here at the high school level. Wow, Delsea comes untouched, and that is Luke Van Auken again.
Number 11, Luke, making another play. It's like the quarterback tried to step up to the left side of the pocket and just ran out of room. No timeouts here. Woodstown is under 1 minute to work with. 4th and 9 on the 31-yard line to end the first half. Let's see what they will do here.
Yeah, I feel like this will more than likely be the last play of the half, even if Delsea stops them this short time. I imagine the Crusaders will be more than content with their 21-0 lead going into the half and just kneel it out.
4th and 9.
Shotgun set, 2 receivers to both sides for the Woodstown offense. Delsea probably one of those surprise in. Don't want to get hit with a long pass here. That Woodstown's offense gains some momentum going into the second half. And that's all things good for this 4th and 9.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, you can't take them into the second half with you. So if you got them, use them. Beautiful weather here in Franklinville, New Jersey, though. into the 80s. Zach,
How you feeling this year? You were just telling me earlier it was a little bit too
well,
cool.
I've stood up and I'm getting more of the airflow through the press box windows here. It's cooled me down a little bit.
Yeah, I actually checked the weather report before we got to John Orberg Stadium today, and it was around 83 to start, but it was supposed to be dropping towards 75. There's a nice breeze out here as well. Not sure if that's what's holding up the special teams units from being out there on either side, but one credit I will give is Woodstown has punted the ball twice, and they
They just called the winning 50-50 here at John A. Oberg Field. So not being down here, you're missing out on the chance of some
I know
money.
you guys love hearing your lovely voices, but as we have a pass on and that is incomplete over the middle of the field. Ball falls short. You see what Delsea does. 26 seconds left in the first half. But it looks like Delsea will go into the first game and a half of the season without allowing any points.
I mean, Zach, and we called that scrimmage against Northern Burlington. Now, given it was just a scrimmage, but we said the defense looked way better than the offense did that day, at least at the scrimmage. But obviously, the offense has figured things out now that the games have begun to count, as they had 35 points last week against Vineland, now 21 here in the first half against Woodstown. Outscoring opponents 56-0 through 4.5 quarters so far. I mean, 6 quarters.
And Delsea is just going to take a knee and go into halftime with a 21-0 lead over Woodstown. Week 2 high school football, New Jersey action. 15 on the clock there.
Absolutely. And we're going to check back with you here in 15 minutes. You don't have to go anywhere. The stream will continue. But 15-minute long halftime, and then we'll be right back here with the second half of Delsea Woodstown with your Crusaders up 21-0.
We have both teams heading to the locker room now. We'll fill the gap with you guys with some information. So next week, Sean, this Delsea team will be taking on Woodstown.
Yeah, that's
pretty much Delsea and Kingsway play every single year, so they're two very familiar teams with each other.
absolutely.
And try to find that live Kingsway score for you guys. Try to pull that up while we have time.
It's not critical. Juniors, co-captain, Jordan Blackball. Co-captain, Fabiana Matthews. Co-captain, Haley Montez.
We're going to get you guys that Kingsway score. We'll take a quick intermission, and we'll be back with second half action. Delsea Woodstown live from John Orberg Stadium. We have about a 14-minute intermission for the half. And we're going to check some scores around South Jersey for you guys.
Right, I found it right. Kingsway is leading Camden going into the fourth quarter, 21-20.
So we have a close game between Kingsway and Camden, 21-20.
Are you jumping around in here? If you stand right up there, David.
That is the live score. Checking some other scores around the league if we can get them, but that's where Delsea's next opponent stands. We'll be taking a quick intermission for you guys, and we'll be back in a little bit with second half action. And we will be back in about 10 minutes for you guys. Looks like both teams are resuming the field as the second half is just about 2 minutes away from resuming action. We will have that camera pan to the field for you in just a bit. Both teams warming up, getting ready for second half action, week 2, Woodstown at Delsea, live from John Olberg Stadium.
What's wrong with that charge first? Shit's starting in the middle.
We did tell you before we left for intermission about 10 minutes ago that Kingsway was in a close battle with Camden, 21-20. Let's see if we can get a live update on that score.
Tom Rick Sports is the writer.
Everything working good for you guys?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, go.
Wow, it looks like we have a crazy update from the Kingsway-Camden game. So Kingsway holds on 4th down, and the very next play, Camden recovers a fumble to gain possession back. 21-20 game. Bunch of turnovers. Looks like we have multiple turnovers in the fourth quarter.
Hold on, I might be able to use the same.
As we're seeing live updates for the Kingsway-Camden game now. Looking to see if we can get some other scores around the league. Millville is actually up 21-13. Last updated 28 minutes ago over Atlantic City. Let's see if we can get a live update of what that score looks like. And it looks like the score is now 26-21.
Where did Delsea play last week?
Vining,
They had to win by 4 or 5 easy.
35-0. 56-0 for the season so far for Delsea. We referenced Delsea with their 2009 season scoring the most points at the time in South Jersey history. Their defense might, in 2025, might be able to put up the least amount of points scored. We'll see. Don't want to jinx them or anything, but pretty good start to the season, especially defending your home turf. Looks like we have just about a minute 30 until kickoff.
Want me to reset? Are we good? Not yet. We got to run the 3 minutes till I'm told different.
Start the second half. Delsea will be kicking the ball off.
Yeah. We got to happen. Oh, yeah.
Fans filing back to their seats for the second half. Sean actually went down to get a water. Concession stands packed down there, Sean, aren't they?
Yeah, you could not move.
As we had the stream getting back up for you guys live. I have a face for radio, so let's cut back to the field. About to kick off. Stadium is jumping. Packed house, like we said before. As Delsea begins the second half, kicking off Woodstown. 21-0. Delsea to start the second half, kicking from their own 50-yard line. And we have the kickoff. It is actually a deeper kick than we've seen before. About to the 15-yard line. We have a return from Woodstown to the right side of the field. He's actually got some room. He's down the sidelines, and that is a really good game for the Woodstown team to start the second half. Brings the ball out to around the 45-yard line. Very good for them to start the second half with this field. It's got 9 seconds taken off the clock by that return, setting Woodstown up at the 45-yard line with 55 yards to go. Let's see if Woodstown can finally punch the ball into the end zone for the first time tonight, and or if Delsea's defense will remain through and allow 0 points once again on this drive. Pistol set here. We'll hand off to the running back. Let's see if here another bang tackle from the Delsea defensive line. Losing a few yards on his life. So we have that. This is something official here. As it stands, receiving the slide. First, personal foul on the Delsea side. Looks like the ball is going to be moved over to the 50-yard line into Delsea territory with the exact spot for it.
Our cheerleaders to score, we joined by the sophomore squad.
11:41 left in the third quarter of the second half. Woodstown is set up in position. Looks like at the Delsea 40-yard line. Cheerleaders trying to motivate the Delsea defense with a big aggressive chant here. First and 10, Woodstown. Little run, another run. Short gain on the play here.
What's on the back?
Monkeys.
The clock is running down to 11 minutes left in the third quarter.
What?
Rainbow in the back. Yeah. What specific species? It's monkeys.
Yeah. It's a pink wave.
This second half is starting out a lot like the first half did for Woodstown, moving the ball down the field on this Delsea defense. Remains to be seen if they can finish it off this time around.
Officially a 2-yard gain from the Woodstown offense, setting up a 2nd and 8 from the 39-yard line of Delsea. Pistol look here. Backs to both sides. Looks like a little false start action. It will be a false start, pushing Woodstown back. Woodstown's really starting to put themselves in bad positions with these flags.
I would say that's really been the difference in the game thus far is both offenses seem like they have the ability to move the ball down the field.
Also, Sean, too, we're talking about 3 penalties when they're on Delsea territory and pushing the back behind the chain, setting up an unmanageable situation.
That does seem like that's when they're coming the most for this Woodstown team.
That pushes the ball back 5 yards, 2nd and 13 from the 44-yard line. Just about over 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Woodstown with another pistol variation look. The snap. A little bit low. Seems like a chase and pace of the play, and we have a huge CFL loss here.
I seen that live, Zach. That's going to be a Delsea face mask.
Looks like we have another flag.
I've seen that live. It came in kind of late. I thought they missed it, but
that was probably the first snap that we've seen from the Woodstown Center so far tonight. That was a little offset. Kind of changing the tempo of the play. Delsea got into the backfield, but they committed another penalty. A lot of these penalties on the Delsea side have been produced by their defense thus far.
Yeah.
And just in general, the flags are being called when Woodstown's offense is on the field and Delsea's defense is also on the field. Interestingly enough. Clock stopped, 9:57 left.
So that's a nice break for Woodstown to catch there after the penalty on their own right. See if they can use that to get into the end zone here.
First and 10 from the Delsea 29 for the Woodstown offense. Another shotgun look here, all set back to the right. Play action, and Delsea's defense gets in the backfield once again. Reading the match perfectly. I'm not even sure if that was supposed to be a passing play action, but the quarterback had massive pressure in the backfield before he can even digest his thoughts of what he was going to do there. Looks like they'll push Woodstown back to the 34-yard line of Delsea, setting up a 2nd and 15. Off the top of my head, Sean, Woodstown's second down has been 10 yards or out every single time.
Yeah, it does seem like that. And especially once they cross the Delsea side of the field.
Just under 9 minutes left in the third quarter, 2nd and 15 from the Delsea 34.
Bit of a long drive here out of Woodstown.
We have another flag on the field. Looks like the fullback there moved a little bit too early, a little anxious, just blocked the hole. I would be too if I had Charles Mack staring me tail on that side of the field.
Yeah, it's been a terrific game out of Mr. Mapp for this Crusader defense.
Second down and 20 for Woodstown.
That makes it a 2nd and 20 after back-to-back situations pushing the Woodstown offense back. Now they're at the 39-yard line of Delsea. They started off at the 20. 2nd and 20. Clock running. The shotgun set from the Woodstown offense. Trips to the left. We have motion. Pass play. Straight to the outside.
Great coverage. Great coverage.
Woodstown's offense throws the ball into a tight window there and is broken up from the Delsea defensive side here.
Donovan Hart, who's been playing very well at corner for the Crusaders tonight. Big pass play, stepping right in front of that pass. Should have honestly probably picked it, but nonetheless, great pass breakup.
That stops the clock. 7:50 left here in the third quarter. 3rd and 20 from the Delsea 39. Woodstown offense still looking to get that quarter.
Third and 20.
Now coming out and another shotgun set running back to the right of the quarterback. Some receiver off the line. He's going in motion.
Quarterback keeper here.
Quarterback keeper here for number
Oh,
12.
he's got
he gets some yards and he's down the sidelines. He's going to pick up a first down for this Woodstown offense.
And that's going to be a Woodstown first down. On the tackle, number 32, number 11,
The ball is being marked at the 14-yard line. Pick up about 25 yards on the play. Got 3rd and 20. Huge gain for the Woodstown offense, setting up in position to potentially add some points for the first time in this game.
Yeah, this is honestly about where they were in their opening possession before they started going backwards. Let's see if they can remain disciplined here and then get back into this ball game.
Second time that the Woodstown offense has been able to get into the Delsea red zone. Let's see what they do here. A little heavy pistol up here. Tight ends to both sides. Receiver set to the right. Hits the running back out of the backfield. It's a solid gain. He's still going. He's breaking some tackles, and he gets inside the 10-yard line.
Brought down by number 56, Jaden Reyes. Ball be short of a first down.
Two-way starter Jaden Reyes there in the tackle. Guard on offense, Mike linebacker on defense. Delsea's linebackers have really been playing well today. We mentioned Charles Mack's name a couple times, but that's a huge game for Woodstown. Actually setting the ball up at the 6-yard line, right outside the 5-yard line. We'll see what Woodstown does here.
And it's a
I've
second.
been running the ball with success on this drive specifically, but we know what their quarterback is also capable of.
And it is a 2nd and 2, so they still can pick up a first down without reaching the end zone as well.
Empty set here. Trips receivers to the left. Motion from the spot, right side. Another jet sweep fake,
Whoa.
and it is a touchdown for Woodstown. The first touchdown the Delsea defense has given up in 2025. Woodstown is on the board with 6:01 left in the third quarter, 21-6, with an opportunity to make it a 14-point game.
Yeah, that's what Woodstown needed out of the break. Seems like whatever they talked about at half and wanted to switch up worked. Didn't really kill themselves with penalties that drive, just a couple. Delsea also hurt themselves with penalties to give Woodstown the momentum back, and they finally finish a drive off as Delsea almost blocks that. But with 6:01 here to go in the third quarter, Woodstown's finally on the board. It's Delsea 21, Woodstown 7. Where we go, Zach? We finally got a ball game.
Woodstown does convert the extra point, 21-7. Delsea over Woodstown at John Over Stadium. Just over 6 minutes left on the clock into the third quarter, as Woodstown will pick off Delsea.
I never showed up.
So, Woodstown about to kick off here. Pretty deep kick here. Delsea returns it. We have a flag on the play. Ball's to be brought out to almost the 45-yard line. The puck was way back there.
There's a flag on the field.
So, like, without the video song?
Holding, call against Delsea.
Red ball on the 10. Red ball on the 10.
We got holding on Delsea here. Trying to get a little better zoom on the camera for you guys to see a bit more action. But 5:52 on the clock. Delsea will take over. Trying to get the exact spot for you guys. 10-yard line, it looks like. 1st and 10, Delsea, as they'll be pushed back. We talked about the field position game, Sean. Woodstown's really starting to light it up in that department.
Yeah, what looked like a big game and kick return for Delsea turned out to be a upsetting one as they were going to be pinned back deep into their own territory.
We'll have the stream back to the field shortly for you guys as Delsea takes over. 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Delsea here. Run to the outside. Nasir Hart again down the sidelines. Again, back up to the 40, over the 45-yard line, right where that kick was returned to. As we will back to the field.
First down for Delsea. And they add an extra 30 yards on top of the 10 yards for the first down. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. 3 yards to get into Woodstown once again. And the wingbacks for Delsea are some gains. If we have the stats here, I would assume both wingbacks could be looking at over 120-yard rushing gains each.
Yeah, they've both been very explosive. Once they get out to the edge, there's been a lot of running room for both. And the quarterback is
two sophomores are on the ball like that too, as well. So that's good for Delsea's side. As we have another Russian wingback. Hart on the carry once again. Actually, that's Chesco.
And I'm going to
Oh, you can race about a whole wraparound to the left side.
If Kyle Brandt was watching the broadcast, that would be a nominee for an angry run.
That will push the ball into Woodstown territory at the 43-yard line. First down for Delsea with just under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. 21-7.
Be careful, Zach. We're not having a giant wasp in the press box.
Big wasp.
Giant wasp.
It's all good. Honestly, I'll stand in the pocket. Every time I've been stung by a bee, I've been stung by more than 10 each time.
I would want that bee playing left tackle for me.
As Delsea takes over at the Woodstown 3-3, first and 10. Run up the middle. Pushing the pile. Looks like it's down like around the 41-yard line. Solid game.
Yeah.
Right now, that is the 36-yard line.
After Woodstown came out and started the second half with a drive like that, this is a nice response from Delsea to not let them get all the momentum and try to swing it back onto the Crusader side.
Clock still running. Delsea shows the clock just took over with about just over 6 minutes left. After the Gators about 5:51.
That's it.
Right around 3 minutes and 3 left in the third quarter. Delsea commanding a 21-7 second and 3 from the 36-yard line of Woodstown.
Nope.
We have another flag on the play.
That one came from way back in the secondary. Will be
Holding on Delsea's side of the ball. Pushing them back.
going to be looking now more like a 2nd and 14-ish.
Ball should be getting spotted right at the 46-yard line, 10-yard penalty for the holding there. And it's 2nd and 12. Delsea handball to number 6. Nasir Hart breaks the tackle, and he's going to go into the end zone 46 yards away. That is another Delsea Crusader touchdown. So we just talked about the wingbacks and the impact they made in this game. We might be looking at 200-yard rush games.
Yeah, it seems like whenever these guys get outside, there's a lot of running room, and it hasn't been many short gains outside for the Crusaders so far tonight. It's been, I feel like they have to be averaging about 15 yards a carry.
Yeah, both wingbacks seem like they're getting first downs on every single carry that they get to the outside. Like we talked about, Delsea will always utilize the fullback in this offense, but we haven't even had an opportunity to do that.
Pretty exciting.
That will make it 28-7. Delsea over Woodstown with 2:42 left on the clock in the third quarter. Delsea one touchdown away from the amount of points they scored last week in Bynum.
Yeah, I feel like if you're Coach Volpe entering your second season at the helm for the Crusaders, you pretty much can't ask for a better start to the season. 35-0, now up 28-7 with room to improve. And it's going to be nice to start off 2-0 with the big test and the Kingsway Dragons coming to town next Friday.
For sure. Delsea has definitely commanded this game, but also I feel like Woodstown has really shot themselves in the foot with some of these penalties.
Yeah, I feel like the penalty has kind of been about even, but Woodstown's have been more inopportune times than Delsea's has. Delsea's, like we said, they had a big pass play earlier, but the penalty came, and it basically was just a redo of downs. Still got the first down, but Woodstown gets them. It turns it into 2nd and 20, 2nd and 25, and they just haven't been able to recover.
Delsea set to kick off here. 2:42 left in the third quarter. 28-7 lead over Woodstown at home.
Out to the 37-yard line, he just falls on it. Woodstown will take over. 13 yards away from Delsea territory.
All right, so Delsea responded to the Woodstown score with a touchdown of their own. Let's see if Woodstown finds the end zone here. Still cut it to a 2-score lead, and there's still plenty of time to go in this ball game.
They officially marked the ball at the 35
Ball
yard line.
at the Woodstown 35-yard line. First down and 10 for the Breeze.
Decent field position for the Woodstown offense here. Having 2 seconds right off the clock there on the kickoff.
Maybe they didn't use that to their advantage.
We saw them burn all their timeouts with about 7 minutes left in the first half.
They still have all those timeouts in their back pocket
As they take over. Shotgun set here. No motion. Drops back to the pass. Pass to the middle is complete. Almost to the 50-yard line. Almost about the 48-yard line. Solid gain of about 13 yards there. Looks like the receiver might be banged up.
That will be a first down.
On the Delsea side, might have put up in this safety position to lay the hit. Number 8. Who caught the ball for the Woodstown side is down. Hopefully it's just a cramp. This actually helps Woodstown a little bit, stopping the clock.
2:35 left in the third quarter. Delsea still with a 28-7 lead over Woodstown.
Let's see for the break if we can get a live score of the Kingsway game. Delsea's opponent for next week. Wow. It looks like Camden has actually beaten Kingsway 26-21, sealing the game on an interception.
Right, so the Crusaders will welcome in the Dragons off a loss next week.
As we are resuming action here, Woodstown offense set, 1st and 10. Clock began to run again from their own 48-yard line.
Another shotgun set. Drops back the pass. He evades a little bit of the rush. Gets right back to the line of scrimmage. Took a lot to get back there, Sean. This Delsea defense is relentless.
Yeah, who else other than Charles Mapp? He's been all over the map tonight, making tackles. It's a little bit of low-hanging fruit there, but
Delsea's defense has been a really good job of keeping their gap integrity, not getting out of the rush lanes. We've seen the Woodstown quarterback, number 12, who's very, very talented, been able to scramble a little bit, but he's been contained inside the pocket and hasn't been able to gain too much. So it's an official gain of 1 yard on the play
At the 49-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Timeout on the PL call by Woodstown. That is their first timeout of the second half.
We just had referenced Woodstown and their timeouts as they burn one here. 123 left on the clock in the third quarter.
28-7, Delsea holding on to a lead at home.
yeah, in the first half, they burned through them pretty quickly. A little bit more judicial with them in here in the second half. But, you know, when you feel like you got to call one, you got to call one here. Big drive coming up. If you don't get points here, it's going to be really tough to come back in that short time, especially with the way Delsea's running the ball. Going to be able to chew a lot of clock.
Yeah, it's just a tough spot for the Woodstown offense having a burner time out here.
It makes sense to talk this over because this is a very valuable possession, but if you want any chance at this game, you're going to have some timeouts left to be able to stop the clock later on this game. This Delsea offense has been stopped once so far tonight. Besides,
Have
obviously,
they? I was going to say, have they even been stopped? I don't remember a punt.
Well, they at the end of the day,
Well, yeah.
we're working with a limited amount of time there, so situationally, but
Woodstown takes back over
at the 49-yard line,
2nd and 9. Drops back to the pass.
throws it in the middle of the field, and it's intercepted. Number 32, Donovan Hart, comes up with the interception, giving Delsea the ball back.
And Donovan Hart, who we just been saying has been playing outstanding corner for Delsea so far tonight. I just want to make a quick note that we've been highlighting these running backs at the beginning of done. They're sophomores. Hart is a freshman.
Very, very intriguing right there. We talked about the cornerbacks and the plays that they're making in their run support game, and we see them make a play on the ball in the pass game right there, giving Delsea the ball back. That's excruciating. Woodstown just burning a timeout for that to happen right there.
Absolutely. You think you want to come back with a plan that you think is going to lead to some success, and then that happens. It's just an error pass. Sailed a little bit.
Could have been an issue with the depth of the route there as well. Another flag on play. Delsea will be pushed back with a false start penalty. Pushing them back to the 25-yard line. First and 15 with 1:18 left in the first quarter.
If you're seeing bulky parts, tell bulky that so you admire that. You gotta get about that.
Listen, Alan Argus on the same thing.
22 teams at time to get up to the line of scrimmage here. Bottling up, right? Wing T Love as it's splitting out a little bit here.
Yeah,
We have a motion to the right side. Some congestion up the middle here with a short gain.
Number 22, Gephardt on the carry. Brought down number 77, in the lane.
Looks like it'll be marked as a 1-yard gain, making it 2nd and 14 with just under 1 minute left in the third quarter. Delsea is still commanding a 28-7 lead with the ball. Delsea, like we just referenced, taking their time, letting some clock run, and no rush, no hurry, as they should be.
Yes.
We have the second down snap. Runs to the outside, doesn't gain too much there.
I mean, Kessler on the carry.
They do not have to get it right.
Brought down to 69, Mr. Smith.
Looks like a gain of about 3 there. Moves the ball up to the 29-yard line of Delsea. Their own side, about 71 yards. Looks like Delsea will let the third quarter clock run out. Put the fours up. We're going to the fourth quarter. Delsea holding a 28-7 lead.
Third quarter. With your score, your Delsea Crusaders 28. Once down, Wolverine 7.
Stadium still packed here at Delsea as we transition to the fourth quarter. We will see if Delsea is able to add another touchdown on the board, matching their total with 5 touchdowns last week, as we referenced earlier. 35-0 3-1 victory over the final.
Yeah.
With the Patriots, 13 taking the field for fourth quarter action. Once again, Delsea holding a 28-7 lead as we get to the fourth quarter. 7 points total given up on the season from the Delsea defense. 30-10 for the Delsea offense at their own 30-yard line. Stop and play here. So that we try to get the clock scoreboard corrected here. Delsea takes a snap, a little misdirection.
Still
Broken
down.
tackle. Another broken tackle. He almost goes. Getting close to the first down line. A little bit short.
Oh, you don't want to see that if you're Delsea.
As we have another injured player on the field. Here to the Delsea side.
That's number 6, Nasir Hart, down for the Crusaders, and you hope. And there goes KB stretching him out.
I was just going to reference on
We get into this fourth quarter with the night humidity. Second game of the season, still adjusting, especially at home. Maybe a little bit more momentum with the home crowd playing a factor into the game. The energy levels, like we saw in the Cowboys-Eagles game last night with the tornado win. It's tough to retain that this late into the game. But the ball is officially marked 1 yard short of the line to be.
11:45 left on the clock.
2-1. Delsea at 39-yard line. As we have a stoppage in play.
Yeah, it looks to be just cramping. Kevin Bryles out there stretching him out. I know they're very, Delsea training staff, coaching staff are very aware of the ability for cramping, especially earlier in the season here. Just being here, we used to have to not only drink Pedialyte before and during halftime, but we used to have to drink this really nasty. I don't know if you're familiar with like when the Gatorade came out with like all the different stuff. They had like the regular Gatorade and they had like the really salty drink and then like the gummies and stuff. It almost tasted like jelly, but it was supposed to be like a better hydration.
You guys weren't really thinking about the pickle juice method?
I feel like we're well, and by then it was true. I'm so old now. It was 2010, 2012 when I was playing. So I feel like there's better solutions out there to pickle juice at that point in time, and now especially this day and age.
Honestly, Sean, I couldn't imagine what it feels like on the field. I might have to text KB to come up to the booth right now and stretch me out.
I had people tell me that.
Pause.
We have 11:45, just 15 seconds off the clock. We are
About just over 36 minutes into the game. 4th and 1. Delsea on their own 39-yard line.
Looks like
Still
Hart
got
is
3
coming.
timeouts.
Looks like Hart is coming to his feet now. Probably going to sit a play or two. Maybe honestly might even just let him rest for a little while. Delsea holding a 3-score lead, and with the ability to potentially get this first down here. Oof. Two cramps.
We also have 2 Delsea players that are not in the game right now that could be playing an impactful position for them down the line. Transfers from St. Joe's, Keaton Doyle, and Hannah Fernandez, number 3 and number 4. They are actually eligible for the Delsea game next week. Delsea offense out there, 4th and 1 from their own 39.
Little motion. They could be trying to get the defense to all sides of it.
Delsea will take a timeout. Does not look like it will be a punt unit, though. Maybe just a different play call.
So by Delsea wearing that timeout, there that leaves both teams left 2 timeouts. 11:36 on the clock.
Lots of stoppages here in the fourth quarter. So this first 20.
Yeah, I feel like the first half kind of flew by. Now here in the second half, it's been kind of a lull.
Both teams being able to put 7 points on the board in the second half.
Woodstown still in this game, especially if they get a stop here if Delsea's offense.
4th and 1. They're going to have the ball in great field position if they are able to make a stop. Can quickly cut it to a 2-score game.
As we see both teams coming back onto the field for this 4th down play. Looks like the offense and the defense are out there.
And Delsea will have to try to pick up this first down without Nasir Hart, who's still on the medical table getting stretched out.
Tight formation from Delsea here. Another QB sneak, and yes, it is. Looks like it will be a first down. He's still going. He breaks out of the pile. Okay. A nice game. And Sean, I don't know if you remember, you can tell me which Madden it was. It's a glitch. You used to use black or pick and do a QB sneak and go 80 yards every single time.
I feel like it would have to be like 04, right, when Vic was on the cover.
I think it was a little bit later, maybe like 06 or 7, but you'd be able to literally run a QB sneak and then just get that straight to the second level of the defense with full momentum. So, but
Delsea has the ball at the Woodstown 48-yard line, just under 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Oh, he might be.
A nice handoff to
Oh.
Amir Chester. Breaks up the tackle. He trucks somebody, and he's going to go in for a Delsea touchdown. Running over the defenders, barreling through the defense.
Oh, no.
But it looks like it could be coming back.
Still does not negate the run or the effort from Chester on that play. Wow.
Tough call there for the Delsea offense as it gets pushed back and taken back. It would be phenomenal 48-yard touchdown run. But, Sean, if you remember, you probably have a lot of Eagles fans watching the stream. Was it the Tennessee or when A.J. Brown first got to the Eagles 2022? He had the 2-3 touchdown games or something in that vicinity versus the Titans and the Steelers. Remember the Titans game? Scores a touchdown, it gets called back. Next play, another 41-yard touchdown. So we see if Delsea's offense can bounce back here.
That would be nice to see because, that was just all-out maximum effort from Chester there, breaking a bunch of tackles, running over a guy on the sideline.
And we just referenced Madden. They brought the highlight stick in 2006. He just did the C stick in every direction. Up, down, left, right, spins, trucks, jukes. Delsea's at the 37-yard line after the penalty with another big opportunity here. And what did we just say, Sean? It will be a touchdown. It'll be the next play as we just referenced. Touchdown, Delsea Crusaders. Amir Chester makes back up for it. That makes the game 34-7. Delsea with 10:35 left in the fourth quarter. With Logan Cordero looking to remain perfect on the season in the extra point for the Farts.
All it did was make him have to get it 10 yards longer.
Number 24, Logan Cordero for the kick here to go 10-10 on the season. The kick is up.
It's up, and it is good. And we're 10 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
And he's now 8 for 8 on field goals. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 for 5, right?
He's 10 for 10 now.
That's what I meant. 10 for 10. Yeah,
10 for
5
10
touchdowns each game. 10 for 10. And then honestly, we were joking about it in the beginning of the game, but it's kind of underrated how important it is to be able to go out there and just get that extra point every single
Sean.
time.
And we've also seen Delsea utilize the QB sneak as well. That has easily been gaining at least 2 yards. And they could opt to do that with the 2-point play, but they're very confident in their kicker. As you can probably hear in the background, the marching band is cooking. Still a live atmosphere at John Olbert Stadium. Just over 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Delsea with a 35-7 lead. Two timeouts left on both sides. As Delsea will pick off to Woodstown.
Why would you confiscate that? That's awesome.
70 points total scored on the season for Delsea, and we still have 3/4 of the fourth quarter left.
Yeah.
10:35 on the clock as Delsea kicks off.
Oh, no. Good pick.
Taking at the 30-yard line. A little room to gain here. Nice solid return. Still set up Woodstown at the 35-yard line. 55 yards to go as their offense will take over.
I'll tell you what, Zach, I feel like Woodstown's got to pretty much operate the rest of this game as if it's a 2-minute drill if they want to realistically have a chance to come back and win here. I'm kind of excited to watch this quarterback operate because you got to expect it's going to be a lot of drop-back passes.
I would assume so, too. Maybe we will see a little play action in there, but the Delsea defense has really been in the backfield all game. There hasn't really been too much for Woodstown to do. Cornerbacks are playing well, secondaries playing well, linebackers are flashing, D-line's getting in the backfield. It's a tough day when all these elements are hitting on
Absolutely.
defense. As Woodstown takes over the pistol look at their own 45. First and 10. Runs the ball to the outside here. Another jersey tackle.
And every time I
Better jerseys here, but the high school jersey a little bit looser.
and every time I say I'm excited to see some drop back passes, Woodstown shocks me and then runs it.
Playing a little bit safe here. As the clock ticks under 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Ball at the 48-yard line, 2nd and 7 for the Woodstown offense. We've only seen Woodstown's offense really line up, and you said, or maybe a handful of times. I would say probably 4.
2nd and 7.
Yeah, and I don't
A lot
think
of
they've
shotgun. It's probably pretty much been pistol and shotgun the entire time.
I don't think they've lined up under center this entire second half either.
2nd and 7.
Uh-oh.
Another run.
Uh-oh.
That is going completely backwards, and that is a significant loss. Looks like the ball is around. Also, the marks at.
We're going to go there on 14.
I feel the rest of it. Flag. See where the officials are officially signing the ball here. Well, the play going out of bounds. Stops the clock, 9:28 left.
Jamie, wind it, it should be on the snap.
3rd and 20.
I would push them back into a 3rd and 20 situation behind the chains once again at their own 34-yard line.
It's going to be 3rd and a mile here.
Another
Woodstown.
shotgun look. Handoff up the middle. Get some of the yards back. Set themselves up with what looks like it could be a 4th and 11-ish, 10-ish.
Yeah, so it kind of
Officially 12.
it kind of looks like Woodstown is kind of content on just eating this clock up and getting out of here and moving on to next week healthy. Which, in the grand scheme of things, you know, we're talking about high school football. Moving on healthy is probably most important. Long
Clock is
season
now
ahead.
under 9 minutes and continuing to run.
Punting here.
4th and 12, their own 43, and we see the special teams unit out here again for the 3rd time.
It is the quarterback back there punting now. Oh, that's going to be a flag on Delsea.
Flag on the field.
We'll see what the officials have to say here, but
Running
Woodstown
into the
offense.
punter.
Personal foul.
Personal foul.
Personal foul right into the finger on
And
Delsea.
Woodstown's offense will stay on the field.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fault the kid for going all after the block punt. He was just there, but, you know, you're not thinking about it in that time frame. But, you know, up 4 scores, maybe let's just get the punt off and get the ball back.
saw the eagerness when we met with
The Delsea special teams coordinator before the game, the aggressiveness. You want to make your name on special teams. You don't want to be doing it by creating penalties. As Woodstown has the ball at the Delsea 32-yard line. Back on center for the 5th time tonight. Carlisle. Short game looks like a man game about 1 yard. Clock continues to tick. Seems like both sides are comfortable with that being the case.
Number 9, Jack Hartley, number 58, square hand.
Looks like an official gain of 2 yards of the play. The ball up to the 40-yard line of Delsea.
Ball to that Delsea, 40-yard line.
Woodstown doesn't seem to be in any particular hurry either.
Lining up in another pistol look here. Handoff. Some room to the outside.
There's
Short play.
Van Hawken. Once he gets his hands on you, you're usually not going very far.
Both teams take their time. And team plays here. As the clock ticks under 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Delsea retaining a 35-7 lead. 3rd and 8 for the Woodstown offense. Did we see a pass here or another conservative run ball? Trips bunch to the right side of the field here in a shotgun set as Woodstown will convert on 3rd down. Drops back to pass. Oh, it is almost intercepted. Fullback on the opposite side of the ball, Adrian Shepard with the pass break up there.
22's got a ball to get kicked out.
I'll go there with 300.
Stopping the clock. 6:28 left. Woodstown's offense still on the field for a 4th down situation. 4th and 8 on their Delsea 40-yard line. We have a stoppage in play here. Again, a little substitution. Looks like before we have a stoppage in play, number 23, another sophomore, Eden Zaglia. That's 18.
Oh, Mr. Scott, free line of home run.
You might be getting hot at the right time.
As Delsea remains on the field with Woodstown to the sideline, leading with the coach. 6:28 left on the clock in the fourth quarter. Delsea holding a comfortable lead, 35-7 at home.
Yeah.
Right. This late to the game with the comfortable lead here from Delsea, 4 possessions. We could see some substitutions here, get some of the guys out, mitigate some cramping, prepare for Kings play next week.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that we would have already seen some of the backups here, but it looks like the majority of the starters are still out there for the Crusaders.
Also, still early into the season, we're only 7 quarters into the season, so getting some refined work in any type of situation, so especially the team threatening your position. 4th and 8 from the Delsea 40. Woodstown drops back, pass down the sidelines. Just a little bit too far ahead of the receiver, out of bounds. Looked like there was some room there to convert. Tight play on the sidelines, but Delsea takes over. Delsea takes over with 6:21 left on the clock, 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line.
Pull the starters out. There you go.
As it looks like now, Sean will have some substitutions from the Delsea offense.
Yeah, I was just going to say, at least get Milo out of the game, dealing with the hand injury. Let him go ahead and rest it up a little bit for next week is going to be a much tougher test for the Crusaders.
I think Delsea's offense at this point has proven itself enough, especially the wingbacks, the young wingbacks. We also saw one of them go down with injury, so you obviously don't want that to reoccur. Makes a lot of sense here that they would be substituted.
So we just looked at that, either we're not making it so 13 the quarterback, and if a handoff to 22.
As Delsea gets a nice healthy game into Woodstown territory. Donovan Hart on the carry.
Yeah.
Delsea back into Woodstown territory here. First and 10, under 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Ball at the Woodstown 47-yard line.
And quarterback for Delsea is number 13, Shane Fryer.
Milo is out of the game. Shane Fryer, number 13, takes over under center. Handoff.
And with number 48, Zayden Wyatt.
Freshman into the game there on the carry. Zayden Wyatt, number 28.
Zayden Wyatt. Fun fact I found out last weekend. We were talking about, I'm in a fantasy league. I've been in it for like 5 or 6 years. Went to the draft last weekend and got to talking about how we're going to be doing these broadcasts for every Delsea home game this season. And come to find out, right there, ball carrier who just ran the rock, Zayden Wyatt. His dad, Rob, is in my fantasy league.
Small world, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Delsea takes over. Second down.
It's a hard.
Second and 12 here, 48. As we have another carry to the outside. Nice little hit there from the Woodstown side. One tackle into this game. Interesting. As the clock takes under 5
Then that is a
minutes.
freshman, Jaden Jeffrey Campos.
And also to reference, if you heard multiple last games on the Delsea side, we actually have some brothers on the team. We also have a set of twins, the Simpson twins.
Zach's little brother is out there. Christian Deal. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Keel is not a common last name at all. So when I was
Yeah, you
going
gotta
through
get
the
your
roster
dad
sheet,
to
I was
do that.
actually asking my dad if we had a distant relative.
He's probably going to say, depending on how he plays.
3rd and 7 on the Woodstown 45. Motion to the right side. Taking their time.
Oh, keeper. Oh.
Yeah, we see a nice little move. He's got some space, puts his head down, gains even more yards, and that will be a Delsea first down.
Jalen Hurts dead leg,
Shane Fryer on the carry.
and he was
We have
frying.
3 impactful sophomores carry the ball.
Tell you what.
Big spots for the Delsea team.
Shane Fryer out there frying the defense up with that dead leg juke.
Obviously, Delsea utilizes their quarterback in the run game as well as their fullback. We haven't seen too much action as well. But the quarterbacks and the wingbacks have really done their part. And I know later on in the season, you will see them utilize that fullback in big spots. That's what led them to a state championship a few years back.
There goes the freshman.
As we have another carry.
Jeffrey on the carry.
Jaden Jeffrey.
Ball down and then
40-yard gain.
That's a running back name, I feel like, Jaden Jeffrey.
I need alliteration name, honestly.
Yeah, I'm big on alliteration. I really am.
2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line. Just under 3 minutes left here at John Olper Stadium. Delsea threatening. Up 35-7. Delsea take their time to the line of scrimmage. Clock on. As I say that, the clock is stopped.
Momentarily.
Interestingly enough, Sean, I don't know if you're a better yourself, but the clock stops at 2:22.
Lucky numbers.
Anyways, didn't remember that team on it. The clock begins to tick again after the penalty.
Close to the 2-minute spot here. Delsea, like you said, taking their time once again. Another inside handoff here. Solid game.
Junior Jordan Palillo.
That would be another Delsea first down. And that may do it. Delsea not really a team that runs the score off.
Nice weekend.
Walk away from this one healthy. To regroup for Kingsway next week.
And they're going to be entering week 3 2-0 as they welcome in the Kingsway Dragons next week back here at John A. Oberg Field.
Also, they will have those 2 St. Joe's transfers eligible next week in Kingsway. So that would be a huge help for the Delsea team that's already dominated this season.
Going to be nice to see what type of impact they can make.
As the clock is stopped, looks like we have a false start from the right tackle.
That was one of the twins you referenced, Jacob Simmons.
Simpson,
False start in there.
Wayne and Jacob, the 2 twins. We also have brothers. You probably heard his name a lot tonight, Amir Chester. Isaac Chester as well on the team, playing a huge role, both sides of the ball. Split end, defensive end. Another carry for Delsea to the outside, which had a lot of success tonight. Goes out of bounds.
Number 7, Jordan Lowe on the carry.
Backup fullback Jordan Palillo in the carry there. Fullback linebacker, 127.
He's looked pretty good on a couple runs so far.
Kept his feet out of bounds.
And I think that's going to be all she wrote, Zach.
As the clock will tick down, Delsea will leave the field. And Delsea will walk away from this one as the clock is about to expire with a 35-7 victory at their first home game, John Olberg Stadium, over Woodstown. Week 2, and that's 8 points into the season. Delsea, 70 points. The opponents, 7 total.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for a better start if you're the Crusaders. Jason Volpe, second year at the helm for the Crusaders, off to a 2-0 start. And in both dominated fashions, Woodstown actually beat Delsea last year. So this is a nice little revenge spot for Volpe and the crew. Like I said, next week's going to be a lot tougher with Kingsway coming in. But the way Delsea's rolling right now, I mean, I think you got to give them a shot versus anyone.
For sure. Kingsway's definitely going to look to bounce back, especially having a home field advantage next week to make them feel a little bit more comfortable. That's a big rivalry. We mentioned they play each other every single year. But that will wrap it up tonight from John Olberg Stadium. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in. We will be back again for the next Delsea home game.
Yep,
So make
7
sure you
o'clock.
guys tune in for that. We'll give you the exact date here.
Next Friday night, 7 p.m. here, right back at
Both teams grouping up on the field, but thank you guys for tuning in today. We'll be back with some more Delsea football action. Delsea 2-0 on the season. Big victory at home in their first home game at John Olberg Stadium. Thank you guys for joining me and Sean Redden tonight. And we will provide you with the next home game stream. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys again.